All right, how we doing, everyone? Another Sunday morning here. I guess afternoon. A little late. I slept in a little bit today, actually, for the first. I just want to call it sleeping in. I got up later than normal because I stayed up later than normal, which is all going to tie into my Sunday tip. Because I was watching the worst game I think I've ever watched, and that was the Packer game last night. And that embarrassment, they choked harder than Ted Denslow in basketball. So if you ever seen basketball, you'll get that reference. If not, go watch basketball. It's one of the funniest movies ever. But again, and old me would have let that ruin the rest of my night, or my day, my weeks to come. Packers losing, thinking that's all it. But yes, I love the Packers. Yes, I am a diehard. Yes, I go crazy and root for them and all this stuff. I'm a fan, but I don't let it ruin my life and my days anymore. I don't let it control me because I have no control over the Packers games, the Badgers games, the professional wrestling, whatever the things I love and enjoy that I watch. I don't have any control over them, so I just am a fan. Yes, it sucks. You get pissed off, you get angry because they should have won that game by 50 points. Instead, they just literally turned over on a silver platter and said, "Here, Bears." And the Bears aren't. I don't. The Bear. Now I just hope the Bears lose. That's my goal. Anybody but the Bears, because that is our arch rival, our nemesis, the teams I hate: the Bears, the Vikings, and the Cowboys, and now the Lions too, because the Lions are just whiny because they think they're great because they've had two decent seasons and out of however long they've been around. But yeah, I mean, again, that's kind of my tip for the day is for you to control the controllables and not worry about all the other stuff. Yeah, it's fun to be invested as a fan in those things, but don't let it control your life. Don't let it ruin your life. And it's not just sports; it's everything else you can control. So control what you can control: your attitude, your effort, what you're doing each day, your decisions, your actions, the choices you make. These are things you control. You control what you put in your body. You control the priorities you make, whether you're choosing to go to sleep, whether you're choosing to train, whether you're making good or bad choices. You control these. So focus on what you control rather than what you don't control. And like people worry so much about what other people think about them, what other people are doing, the choices and decisions other people are making. You have no control over that. It's with me with coaching. I can help people. I can give them the information. I can give clients nutrition help and give them habits to work on in a training program. But if they don't do that stuff, they aren't going to get the results, and then they wonder why. And yes, I have to take blame because yes, I feel guilty because it's probably a little bit of my fault that they're not doing it. But ultimately, I have no control over what they do. I can provide them, give them all the tools, help them, be there for support. But when they leave, especially in person, if they're working with me in person, they leave that, and then they tell me what they're eating or what they're supposed to, they're eating well and stuff like that. But I know they're really not because they're not doing it, they're not seeing results. I have no control over them outside of, especially when we're not working together. So I gotta stop. I worry about that, but that's one thing I really I struggle with. But other than that, all the other things you don't control. You don't control politics. You don't control the news. That's one thing. One simple tip you should stop doing right now is stop watching the news. Your life will be 100% better if you stop watching the news. You don't control the weather. People whine and complain about the weather all the time. You don't control it. Again, I have a choice. I like living in four seasons. Yes, it sucks when it's super cold all the time or it dumps 10 feet of snow on us, but that's a choice. I'm not going to complain about it. I'm just going to get back and do what I need to do. I have no control over the weather. So always think about all the things you don't control. And then you stress, you worry, you complain, you make a big fuss about all this other stuff and adding unneeded stress to your body because you're worrying about and letting these things run your life. So again, today's simple tip is just control what you control, and even whittle it down to something you can simply do today or next is just stop watching the news, because the news is all focused on negativity and all the crap that's going on. Politicians aren't there to help you. The government's not here to help you. Big food, big marketing, ignore all that crap, because big pharma, all this stuff is, most of it's just junk and noise, and you're worrying so much about this stuff rather than just focusing on you, what you control, what you do each day, your actions, your attitude, your effort, and too busy worrying about what other people are doing and thinking and about you or their actions or what they're doing, and worry about what you're doing. Because once you start dialing in that stuff, you control what you can control. You're going to start dialing in your life and in being healthier and being more athletic and being leaner and looking better and feeling better and moving better. So again, today's simple tip for Sunday is control what you can control. Yes, it's more difficult than it can be, especially if you're like a lifelong sports fan like I am and you just kind of live and die with your team. But again, don't let it ruin you. You don't have control over that unless you're the general manager of the team or whatever. I'm the owner of the team, then you have control over it. But I'm not an owner. I guess, yeah, technically, Packers, we can be owners, but even the owners of the Packers don't have any control over the team. But that's how it goes. Control what you can control. Your attitude, your effort, your daily actions, your decisions. You control you. You don't control other people, but you control you, and your actions can influence other people. So use that. Be that example that you want to be for other people. So that's what I have for you today, guys. Simple Sunday tip. Again, simple in nature, but not simple to execute. It's going to take time, like anything else. It's going to take effort, and it's going to be a challenge. So if you need any help with that, reach out, send me a message, send me an email. But other than that, have a great rest of your Sunday, and we will talk to you again soon. Be athletic for life, guys.